Stop scrolling if you watch any of my videos. I've got a quick tutorial I need you to watch. This is going to go for a lot of the stuff I show you. When I reference a federal statute, anything that's numbers, U.S.C, more numbers, that U.S.C stands for U.S. code. I want you to type it into Google like this, number, U.S.C number. Scroll down to where the Legal Information Institute is. It's Cornell University. And when you open it up, it will show you that specific code section, okay? But up at the top of the page, like down here will be where the code section is, but up at the top, it'll have this area up here. And what you can do is click on like part 1, subchapter 1, chapter 32, and it will show you all of the other subsections that were around that section on the page. And so if you typed in 2151, you can also see that, 2151-1, -2, whatever, were also like further down that particular page. And if that doesn't tell you enough, you can back up even further, go back to subchapter 1 or all the way back to chapter 32 and start exploring some of the other stuff around it. These things are usually in around other things of the same topic because usually the law was all written at the same time and stuck in there all at once. Okay, I'll be posting a video about another executive order soon, and I wanted you to be able to see the other things around the statute that it references. That's it. That's the video. Bookmark it, share it. You're going to need it again. All right, so back in time when we used to use books, laws would all be printed in these code books, right? And so you'd buy a set of code books, and they'd all be kind of divided up by category, right? It would all be, all the stuff about taxes would be together, for example. And within the stuff about taxes, all the stuff about nonprofits would be together, right? And within the stuff about nonprofits, all the stuff about like a certain type of nonprofit would be together. So if you wanted to learn everything about that type of nonprofit, the easiest thing to do would be to flip to that page of the book and kind of look through it. And you could see, this might be the one specific statute you needed, but if you kept skimming down the page, you'd see more information about similar stuff. Okay, that number I showed you where it's like, let's say 22 U.S.C 2150. The 22 at the beginning tells you which number of book you would have pulled off the shelf. And right behind me, you can see these numbers on here. These were just put on here for display, but this would have been 56 Northwest Reporter, and then the number after it for a Northwest Reporter would be the page number. For a statute would be the statute number. So that code I'm giving you is telling you to pull out book number 22 of U.S.C, of the U.S. code, and go to statute number 2151. That's what 22 U.S.C 2151 means. But of course, now we just pull it up on a computer. And so you type in 22 U.S.C 2151, you get the statute that you want, but you don't get any of the interesting information around it. So what I was showing you how to do is to kind of back up a little bit and see what else would have been on the page. So if you kind of click that next blue arrow in that picture that I showed you, it will kind of show you the list of what, for example, would be in a lot of situations, 2151, 2152, 2153, 2154. It just so happens the example I gave you had 2151 and 2151-1 and 2151-2 because they'd added some extra stuff in and didn't want to push everything down. Does that clear it up?